I just got out of surgery like 10 minutes ago. And I don't feel that instant gratification of being able to see it immediately. But I feel like it is getting better. Like the more and more I look around, it seems like my vision might be getting better, but it's still blurry and it's still fuzzy. I looked at all these reviews that were like, I went under the laser, and then as soon as I opened my eyes, it was clear. No, I'm not feeling that right now. Xin chào. Okay, guys, so this is a video on my Lasik eye procedure I had done here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Yesterday I went for my 7-day checkup to see how my eyes were healing, to make sure there was no wrinkling in the flap that they lifted up to take out the nearsightedness. I have to say, I'm wearing retainers, so I might say some words messed up or, sound a little funny when I talk, but whatever. So, y'all, I can see, like, at nighttime, I'd be like, oh, I gotta go take out my contacts. And then I'm like, wait a minute. These ain't contacts. This is my real eye. These are my real eyes. Oh my goodness. I can see. It's like I wake up and I can see, and I go to sleep and I can see. I've been wearing contacts just about I've been blind my entire life. I've been blind. I didn't start wearing glasses until I was like 4 or 5. But of course I've always had bad vision. My vision was like, I've been up to a -8 once in life, or either the doctor might have overcorrected and gave me a prescription for a -8, but then I went down to a -7, then a -6, and then my contact prescription was a -5 in my right eye and a -5.50 in my left eye. So yes, I can see. So are you kidding me right now? So let's get right into it. I called the Cao Thắng Eye Hospital here in Vietnam. I did some research. Because everyone's like, are you sure you want to get your LASIK done in Vietnam? Like, isn't that dangerous? Like, you could be blind. And in my mind, it's like, okay, I'm not letting kindergartners go and cut on my eyes. Like, these people have been doing this for years. I've looked at a ton of reviews from this company since 2010, 2011. So they've been doing it for 6 or 7, probably longer than that. That's just the oldest review I could find. And people, 6 or 7 years later are still happy with their results. My friend Pablo's like, I would feel safer doing it in Mexico. Yeah, Pablo, I bet you would feel safer doing it in Mexico. So it is a credible eye clinic. I'm sure if someone went blind during eye surgery trying to get LASIK, they would probably say something about it. I know I would. So after doing my research, I called to get the pricing. And whenever I called there, I was like, how much is it to have LASIK done? And they were like, it's $22 million. And depending on what the exchange rate is that day in US dollars, that's about $950 to $960. So that's not bad, considering that in the US I was going to pay somewhere between $3,000 to $4,000. So I was like, okay, if you make me an offer I can't refuse, I probably won't refuse. So I'm like, so 22 million covers everything. That's 2 eyes. They were like, yeah. I'm like, that's for the consultation. That's for the medicine. That's for everything. Like, I won't be paying more than $22 million, right? They're like, yeah, the lady on the phone. And I have to say something. This is where, and I made a list of cons, because the English is not that great. She's like, yes, that's everything. So, okay, I'm like, okay, fine. So I'll come in, next week. So I made an appointment for a Thursday because I wanted to have surgery done on a Friday because that's my off day. I teach 5 days and my off days are Monday and Friday. So I was like, if I go in on Thursday for pre-op, then I could get the surgery done on a Friday. So I go in on Thursday, and as soon as I go in there, the girl is like, it's 5 million Vietnamese dong. And I'm like, I thought it was 22 million. Like, so that's my biggest complaint. Like, don't tell me one thing and then have me, like, 22 million is like $21. Fine, but let me know before I get there, because I'm thinking I'm just going to pay $22 million, not another 5 million. Like, it's nothing, but it's the point that you were not clear with that information. So I don't like little hidden fees or you to change up your story. Like, I just don't like, nobody likes that. Nobody likes for somebody to tell them one thing and then you get there and it's another thing. Like, no one likes that. So it was $5 million for the pre-op consultation. So I was just like, okay, fine. I gave them a little $5 million. But that's one thing about this eye clinic. Like, this place could make so much money if they had somebody like Sunny. Sunny's my Vietnamese teacher. Sunny speaks amazing English. Her English is perfect. Her English is like she's American, but she's from Vietnam. She speaks great English. If they had somebody like that in that eye center, they would go far. They would go light years. They would probably increase their business by 20% if they had somebody in there that spoke decent English. Nobody really speaks decent English in there. Like, there are people who speak English. Clearly, I wouldn't get eye surgery done and I didn't know what nobody was saying. Like, that would be a problem. So yeah, that annoyed me because the language barrier was somewhat annoying because it takes a while for the English to process. So you know how whenever something happens to you and you're really upset and at that moment, and then time goes by and you're kind of just like, whatever. I made a list. Like, I came home, and now that it's all said and done and I can see great, my vision's all good, I'm kind of like not as annoyed. But these are the things that happened during my pre-op. They took my blood. Like, I was just like, for Lasik eye surgery, in my mind, I'm like, you need to take my blood? What? You need to take my blood? And the doctor was just telling me, she's like, I have to take your blood to make sure you're not diabetic, that you'll heal properly, you don't have any issues. And then she was just like, actually, it's the law. Like, it's required that, you know, I take your blood. So I was just like, oh, I have small veins and I have rolling veins, and then I don't want people poking me multiple times because they can't find the small rolling vein. But they only poked me once. So I was like, okay, good phlebotomist. Okay, good. So then the second thing that I did not like was they held my eye open. Like, let me tell you something. Vietnam is a homogenous country, okay? So I would say 98 to 99% of the people that walk through the doors of this eye clinic are probably Vietnamese. Yes. So, as you all know, Vietnamese Asian people in general have a slanted eye. Okay, so it makes their eyes not, you know, as wide as other ethnic groups. With that being said, whenever they're like, open your eye wide, in my mind, I'm like, I know my eye is wider than just about anybody. I probably got the widest eye that then came through this door today. So the fact that whenever they were like testing my eyes and they would go like this to me, I was like, come on now. Why you got to put your hands on me? Why you got to put your hands on me? Right? Because listen, I've been wearing glasses since I was like 4 years old. The majority of my life, 4 or 5 years old, I really don't remember anyone going like this to me at any eye clinic, like them touching me like this. Like, listen, this is pretty wide. Like, this is, considering the fact that what you got to work with on a normal basis. Come on now. You know, my eye is wide. Stop playing. So yeah, I didn't like them constantly touching my eye. Like, I'm really funny about clean. Like, is your hands clean? I ain't seen nobody wash their hands, nothing. I ain't seen y'all touching everything. Ain't nobody wash their hands. So I was just like, okay. Even if you did wash your hands, somebody didn't touch something that you didn't touch, and now you touching my eye. Okay, fine. Whatever. So that bothered. So normally when I go to an eye clinic or something, they have alcohol pads all over the place. Even the room smells like alcohol sometimes. But they like clean. And they make you feel comfortable knowing that everything is clean. And I think that was an issue that I had with Cao Thắng, was that they, like, come on, like, wipe. There's wiping here, and then there's wiping there, and then there's wiping everywhere. Like, and the room has alcohol pads to clean all over the place. So they make you feel comfortable putting your face on stuff, putting your face here, putting your face there, because you don't want to put your face on dirty surfaces, because that's how you get, you can. So that's something that bothered me, because whenever I went to one of the stations where they put this little thing in front of your face and then they tell you to read what's on the board, I was about to put my face there, and I was just like, but I noticed this. Listen, I noticed this whenever I went to the first machine. I was just like, are they cleaning this equipment? And I did notice that they have, so it's like this thick layer of really thin papers that you sit your chin on. So you could just tear, every time somebody puts their chin there, they just tear off, a new paper, like every time someone's there. But for this part where you put your actual face, like, there is nothing there. So in my mind, it was just like, are y'all cleaning this? Like, y'all are not cleaning this, y'all. And so on one of the machines, they tried to get me to put my face there, and it was like makeup. It was just like a bunch of dirt. It was dirty, and I was just like, whoa, yeah, can somebody clean this? And so I was very uncomfortable having to tell a place that does surgery, you need to clean this. So that, like, yeah. Because you want to feel safe whenever you're in a place like that. And so they probably should make sure that they clean the equipment after every person sits there. I shouldn't have to been like, excuse me. And then, like, he kind of, because he couldn't see what I could see. So I'm like, you could just give me this and let me clean it myself. So another thing is, they gave me a brochure in Vietnamese. And in my mind, I'm like, this is a brochure they gave me. Why would you? What I'm gonna do with this? Actually, I can't read this. I do know what this part says. This says, "Do you know?" Bang ka biết. Anyway, but I'm like, what? I mean, I speak a little Vietnamese, mo chuk, but this ain't gonna work for me. So, if you're talking to somebody in English, can you not give them this? Like, can you please give me the English? And I called, I was like, do y'all have an English brochure? They were like, yes. And I was like, you might want to give that to the people who speak English. Just, yeah. So that kind of annoyed me. Another thing is that the language barrier. I'm going to touch on this one more time. You guys need somebody like Sunny Lynn. You should probably go find her. If you have somebody like that and you guys do like some training, you guys could probably, because there's another place that's in District 7, and I do not want to go to District 7. District 7 is a place that I avoid. I live in District 1. So the American Eye Center in District 7, they also do Lasik. But they're slightly more expensive. But I will say this, they cater to people who speak English. And this is a fairly newer clinic. This clinic, Cao Thắng, has been here much longer than American Eye Center. All the business that American Eye Center gets, they could possibly be getting if they just did some training and got people who spoke better English. Somebody like Sunny. If you got people in there that spoke decent English, because I read a review in my research and somebody was like, I would have went to Cao Thắng, but I didn't think their English was that great. And it's like, you're losing so much money at this clinic because you fail to get someone that speaks proper English. You could get so many people to come in here to get this procedure done because you guys have really good doctors and you guys have really good prices, but you don't have anybody who communicates very effectively here at this eye center. Unless you're somebody like me who's done tons and tons and tons and tons of research, you probably wouldn't feel comfortable going to this eye clinic at all because your English here is not that great. You get somebody in there that can speak really good English, you guys could probably improve your business by 20%, have the dough rolling in. Like, I could probably, get somebody that does good marketing, speaks really good English. This place will be booming. If you guys need some help in marketing, let me know. But, yes, you guys, that's where y'all drop the ball, is with the people who can communicate. Like the girl who spoke to me, they have a translator there that will go with you from room to room that helps the technicians or whatever, relay messages. But if you have somebody like Sunny but her English is very broken. You have somebody like Sunny that can speak really good English, you guys would take off. Y'all would be the bomb.com, but they just don't, they haven't taken the time out, or maybe it just isn't registering that something like that could happen here at this place. So yeah, they should really consider investing in something like that. This place would go far if they did that. The good thing about it is that even like whenever I came in there and they snuck up that $500,000 on me, I will say that the customer service is really good. Like, people are really nice. They were really nice to me. They were nice to me. I have to give them that. They were nice. I didn't feel like anybody was being mean to me or anything like that, or like because I couldn't speak the language, they were like talking bad about me or anything like that. So I will say that they have pretty good customer service. So yesterday, I went in for my 7-day checkup. And whenever I went in there, they tested my eyes to see, what my vision was like. And this eye, my right eye, she was like, your right eye is good. You can see 20/20 out of this eye. And then she was like, but your left eye is dry. She didn't even give me a reading. She was just like, your left eye is dry. But I mean, if I go like this and go like this between my left eye and my right eye, they actually look the same. They're 20/20 in both eyes. But I'm kind of hoping, because a lot of people are like, I see better than 20/20 after LASIK. So I'm like, that's what I want. So she was like, come back in 30 days and then we'll test your eyes again. So hopefully in 30 days, I will, I want to be able to see everything. Like, I want to be able to see through buildings. Like, I want to be able to see through people's clothes. Like, I need my vision to be like, whoop. So in 30 days, we'll see if it gets better than 2020. Fingers crossed. You guys can go and look at videos of how laser eye procedures work. They open up the flap in your eye, they take out the nearsightedness or the foresightedness, and then they close it, and they want it to heal. So I had to wear these glasses, protective glasses, for like a week. I don't know what I did with them. Anyway, I had to wear these protective glasses for like a whole week, and then I had to put medicine in my eyes. And then, yeah. So after the surgery, my eyes burned for like 8 hours. Like, I was in pain. Not bad pain, like, I'm gonna die. But it was like, if you go swimming underwater and you swim with your eyes open for a long time, like you're constantly opening your eyes and chlorine is getting in your eyes, it felt like that for 8 hours. But after 8 hours, and then I kept putting the drops in my eyes, kept putting the drops in my eyes. After the 8 hours, it slowly was getting better. And, yeah, and then I could, function. So I went to sleep immediately after. I tried to stay asleep for like 2 or 3 hours, but it was very uncomfortable. You have to sleep with these glasses on, and I could not see immediately after my surgery. Like, I was under the impression that I would go under this laser, and then I would come up and the heavens would be parted and everything would be great. Like, no, that did not happen. It wasn't until the next day that my vision actually was like, oh, this is good. Yeah. So the entire process was fairly quick. I went in, he started putting in the numbing eye drops in my eyes at 11:21 because I looked at my watch, and I was back out about 20 minutes later at I would say 11:39, 11:40. I was back out like that. During the process of whenever they cut your eye open with the blade or with the laser, it depends on what procedure you want. They cut it open with the laser or the blade. They'll cut it open, and then they'll start the Lasik laser will start, and you'll feel some burning. And they do a countdown, like 40. And then it's 30. And then you'll hear 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And then it's over that quick. So each eye probably took 40 seconds each. Done. Okay, so that it was fairly quick. They do this countdown. So I didn't go to the American Eye Center because I was like, I actually went to the American Eye Center and I got a quote when I went in there, and she told me that it was 33 million Vietnamese dong. I paid 22 million, so I saved 11 million, and that was for the blade procedure because I have a really thick cornea. They want you to have a thick cornea so they can cut the flap and close it. So I have a really thick cornea, so it worked out for me. If you don't have a thick cornea or whatever the case may be, they prefer you to use a laser and not a blade to cut your eye open. I mean, to cut the cornea open. And that procedure with the laser at American Eye Center is 53 million Vietnamese dong. At least when I called, that's the price she gave me. It was 53 million Vietnamese dong. At Cao Thắng, the laser procedure is 44. So you would save 22, or 44 from 53. You would save, what's that, 9 million? So yeah, that's the difference in prices from American Eye Center to Cao Thắng. But yeah, if you have any questions or comments, let me know, and hopefully this information helps somebody out. And that's it. Bye guys, see you later.